Hello everybody, it's Peter the Rock. It's Thursday the 29th of August and I'm at a roadside, very busy road, dominated by HS2 works. Yes, this is the famous or infamous Harville Road, and I've done one video from this direction before. This is about the highest point on the Harville Road going down into the HS2 works. This is the old way the road used to run, and it would go to a place called Skip Lane. And as you can see here, Skip Lane is closed this week, the 29th. It seemed to be pretty high speed too, isn't it? It seemed to be pretty closed the time I was here last, because the security guard wouldn't let me take a quick film from the bridge. Anyway, I'm going to cross this road now. I have to announce that before I do it. Actually, the layout seems a little bit different. I mean, the things are changing all the time. You know, Chris Packham's been on the telly a lot. His program's called Earth. And it's all about how the Earth's changed over the last 800 million years. But all he needed to do really was to come to the Harville Road and film the great big piles of spoil or mud or sand or whatever, and the way they're moving around a bit, because that would be more dramatic and more lifelike. But it's a good program. I like the program. Anyway, so directly ahead of me is a rather level, flat hill, flat-topped hill, and I'm on a path now. Now, going down there to my left, following that dumper truck, and as some of you may know, I used to drive a dumper truck. Oh, he's going at a fair old speed, but I didn't drive one that big, and my dumper truck had the dump part at the front. So anyway, you know, each to his own. But it's interesting, but the reason I'm filming this today, Thursday the 29th of August, is that rumour strongly has it that Dominique, that you can see through the fence only 600 yards from me, is reaching the end of its epic quest to produce the viaduct across the Colne Valley. Only another week, apparently. That's quite exciting, and of course it's sad at the same time, because it means that my HS2 videos, of which there are over 100, will dry up when there's nothing to see being developed. This bridge is NAJ2/18A, which is not a very nice name for a bridge, but there you go. I don't know what the NAJ stands for. So we have, I'm sure that hill opposite is new. I just saw a dumper truck at the top of it, and last time I was here, which was 2 weeks ago, there was a truck spreading, somebody in the comments said topsoil, but yet the topsoil seems to have been superseded. Well, maybe it is still topsoil. Difficult to tell. But what I'm doing now, as I talk, is crossing the Chiltern line. Now, what I'm hoping to do at this place is just film it. And here it is. This is the Chiltern line. It goes out into the Chilterns. That is the old Harville Road bridge over the Chiltern line. And just in that little shack, little sort of kiosk, sentry post whatever you want to call it, the white thing at the left-hand end is where the guard that stopped me. Well, it's where the guard resides, and he stopped me walking a few feet across onto the bridge, so I could film up and down it to show a train going backwards and forwards. And here comes a train. Serendipity, 2-car. How exciting is that? Serendipity rules again. Just as the train goes by, the sun comes out. This could be a good day. We're moving quite near to Dominique now, and in fact you can see the curvature of the HS2 viaduct. There goes an ambulance. Perhaps the excitement is too much for somebody. I just don't know. Anyway, you could almost say this bridge is kind of redundant, but I think it'll stay there. I'm not sure what it connects the new Harbour Road to, but all will become clear over the months. Now, little point me crossing the road and trying to film more of the Chiltern line. Certainly, given that I've just seen a train, it's unlikely I'll see another one. You can't push your luck with the Chiltern line, as nobody said. Anyway, there's a marvellous, enormous crash barrier here, and I really don't know why it's so big here, why it's raised. Whether they're expecting people in the future to come careering down the hill and needing a really decent crash barrier to stop them running onto the Chiltern line. It's a possibility. I don't know about you, dear viewer, but careering down hills is not a favourite pastime of mine. I will just relate one little experience I had. I was on holiday in Italy, and staying in a place called Terracina, which is a wonderful resort. It's where the Italians go on the west coast, somewhere between Naples and Rome. I think it's at the end of the Appian Way. Can't be sure. Anyway, cut a long story short, we went on a day trip to Mount Vesuvius, and I had a very rudimentary map. I mean, it's a long time ago. We managed to sort of catch up with some people who'd hired a car, went halfway up Mount Vesuvius, and which was very kind of them to give us a lift. And when people do you a favour like that, you don't like to push your luck. And once we got halfway up, I said, "Oh, I'd like to go to the top." So they said, "Yes, all right, but don't hang about, you know." Oh, they were on holiday, really. They didn't want to act as a taxi service. So isn't that fantastic, that hill? Marvellous. So I went to the top. Of course, there's a crater. No cauldron, no active bubbling away, lava, you know, no music, no Holt's Planet Suite, nothing like that. And so it was all right. I took a couple of photographs, and then I thought, well, I'll get back to the car as quickly as possible. And the path was rather slow and arduous, and I saw a big slope covered in sort of shingle, stones, that led roughly downwards towards roughly where the car was. So I ran down that. So not knowing what was at the bottom, but I thought there was a fair chance that I'd be all right. And of course I was, dear viewer. So one of my claims to fame is that I've scree run down Vesuvius. Now, I'm going to stop this video here and start another one. Thanks for watching so far. Cheers. It's Peter the Rock. It's Thursday, the 29th of August.